digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, guys, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home Tottenham past, present, and of course an exciting future on the Thomas Frank. But we're waking up in this morning, Monday lunchtime, with heavy in our heart after a 2-1 defeat at home to Aston Villa yesterday. And look, I am doing the final score later at 8, so join me for that, where I go over all the stats and the comments from after the game and where we go from here. Look, I said it yesterday that yesterday's defeat was a bit of a gut punch, and I still stand by that. I think it was a gut punch. I just it was a game we were not in control of, but Villa didn't look like hitting us, didn't look like scoring against us, apart from 2 goals that scored against us, if you know what I mean, the 2 worldly goals. They never created anything dangerous apart from that. And I think Mickey Van der Ven was right when he said in the I think in his post-match comments to Sky that we done very well of not conceding, of not letting them have many chances, but we didn't create anything up front. And I totally agree with that. I think Thomas Frank got it wrong yesterday. I think he got his formation wrong. I think Thomas Frank got his tactics wrong as well. We keep persisting with this 4-2-3-1 formation. I do think it needs changing. I just feel we're too sort of reliant on the defense. I think also he let us down in the transfer market where we didn't get enough attacking players. You saw Colo come on yesterday and Brennan Johnson did absolutely nothing. Brennan Johnson had a chance in the 90th minute to put it back in the box for a player to put it in the back of the net, and he skied it over the top of the bar. Colo came on, did absolutely fuck all, and did an absolute shit job, and air kicked a volley. I'm very worried, if I'm being honest. I'm worried at the moment. I got a stat that I've got for tonight that shows our first 4 home games of this season against our first 4 home games of last season, and it's worrying for me that we can't win at home. I don't know why. I don't know why we're having this bad react. We seem to be we're unbeaten away. If you look at the form table, Tottenham are top of the league for away form. We're top of the league. At home, we're 17th for home form. Um, I, I, I think we're too defensive. I think we've gone too the other way. There has to be a happy balance. But look, he's the manager. He knows what he's doing. I don't. I'm just a football fan that talks and rants and raves and tries to make sense of what we're watching, but I just feel we could have done a hell of a lot better yesterday than we did. But let's welcome in a few people before we get on to the player ratings. With the player ratings, if you agree or disagree with me, put it in the chat or put it in the comments. Let me know. These are the ratings that I thought I give these players for the match I saw. Maybe you have different player ratings yourself, but do get involved. This is about you getting involved, guys, and also having your say in it. So do get involved if you can. Do hit the like button. We're only one away from 2,200. We'd love to get there today. That would be a big thing for me because I set that as a goal, as a goal for us to get there before the international break. Now, if we can get there for the next international break, that leaves us 700 away from 3K. Let's get to 3K before the end of the season. That really would be a massive milestone for this channel. Big up to Wayne Bonner. Good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone is well and recovered from yesterday. We go again Wednesday, Sunday onwards. Yeah, 7 games in 21 days, 7 games in 20 days now. Busy time for the players, busy time for us here on the channel. We do you know what? We're as busy as the team are at the moment. For me, it's 2 games a week. So it's quickly, as soon as I've done with today, I'm actually after this show today, I'm getting ready for tomorrow's shows. I'm getting the pre-records done for Wednesday's game. So the predicted lineup will be out tomorrow evening. There will be a show tomorrow on I think about the history between Tottenham and Monaco, and we're going to go through that. So a lot of stuff coming up for you guys in the next few days. Then of course I'm on We Are Tottenham TV on Wednesday at 6:30, so join me there. 7:30 here for the watch along, and then for the watch along before the whistle rolled into 1, and then match reactions, and then of course then on Thursday player ratings, and the final score as well Thursday evening, and then we gear up again for Sunday's game against Everton. So busy time at the moment. Big up to you, Wayne Bonner. Big up to the man himself, Tequila. Frank out. I've had it, Dermo. I want my Ange Bear back. I swear to God. Do you know what? You can never be down without the. If you want to join me, Tequila, come on, man. If you want to join me, more than welcome to, sir. He's free now, so we can go and get him back. Yeah. I don't know what many fans will think of that, but big up to you, kid. Always bring a smile to my face. Always bring a smile to my face. He wants us to me letting in 5 goals per game and scoring 4. If there's less than 6 goals per game, then I'm out. Big up to Neville, Edmund. Big up to you, Neville. UTV. I don't know. Does that mean Ulster Television? Let me know what it means in the chat. But big up to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Please hit the like. Please hit the like and subscribe and notification bell. Plenty of stuff coming up for you. So pick up a membership as well. We've got plenty of member shows coming up as well. Afternoon, big up to Leo Steinman, the other man who wants me to put on my David Bowie LP. He says, afternoon, Justin Greggs. Have a good stream. Cheers, Leo. I hope you're doing well. We've got Tequila. No need to be worried. We have a decent manager in charge. Only decent, but that will have to do for now. Yeah, I agree with you. I disagree with them already. I knew you say that. Believe me, I've given 1. I've given 1 player 1 out of 10. I have given 1 player 1 out of 10. By the way, big up to Joe Blogs. Evening, Dermot. The last 10 minutes of the game were frustrating as the subs were too late. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that tonight. I think one glaring problem is or was the club's policy of buying young players based. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that tonight, man. I've got a massive rant on that. I've got a massive rant on that because I think the club have really let down the Thomas Frank in the summer. And this Daniel Levy philosophy of going for youngsters is really kicking us in the arse now. It's biting us in the arse big time. It really is. But big up Joe Bloggs. I personally thought Simmons was disappointing yesterday. The subs were shy. Yeah, I think that reflected in my player ratings as well. I thought Xavi was very industrious, great work ethic in getting back. That's the one thing I will talk about him in the player ratings, Joe, that I thought his off the ball work was fantastic. It was on the ball that worried me. And he says, cheers, no problem, Joe. No problem, sir, whatsoever. Guys, you want to know what the player ratings are. You want to know what they are. So let's bring them to you now. And I am going to start here. Let me just get, because I've written notes on the other monitor to remind me of what I thought. So let me bring them up. Okay, I haven't got them. Just give us 2 minutes and I will get them, because I did have notes written down for this as well. I also want to say about the crowd. How shocking was the atmosphere? I tell you one thing. I've never heard a worse atmosphere at Tottenham than yesterday. I don't know if it's a Sunday thing or whatever. I just I don't know. Hang on, I'm just trying to find it. Oh, never mind. Forget it. I'll go with it. So like, right. I'm giving Vicario a 6. He did play the full 90 minutes, but did concede 2 goals. Now, can he be blamed for conceding 2 goals? Very harshly, I think, if you do blame him for the 2 goals. I think there were 2 worldies. I think the blame should land at Mickey van der Ven and Bentancur for the first one. I think they could have closed down a little bit better to stop Morgan Rogers having the shot. And the second one as well, it was shown last night that Danso did slip. So that sort of gave the angle for the Argentinian to get the second goal for Villa. But apart from that, he didn't have a lot to do. I don't really remember any glaring big saves that he had to make. He had a very quiet game, but that's why I give him a 6. I don't know if you could blame him for both goals. Some people have blamed him for both goals. I think that's harsh. I think they were both worldies. And to be honest, I think the best keeper in the world wouldn't have actually saved them, especially the Morgan Rogers one. But I do blame Bentancur and Mickey van der Ven for not closing down the space, just standing there. So that's my opinion. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But I've given him a 6, and that is mine for Vicario. Now, we've got Pedro Porro giving him a 5. He played the full 90 minutes. I thought Porro was very quiet yesterday. I didn't think he'd done enough, to be fair. There was one pass in the second half where it went completely awry, and you see him on the ground smashing smashing the ground with his fist in frustration. I don't think he's linking up well with Kudos yesterday either. I thought that link up was very poor. But for me, I think it wasn't Porro's one of the best games. That's why I give him that's why I didn't give him a 5. That's why I give him a 5. I thought he was poor in the game. Kevin Danso correctly brought in because of the injury to Romero. Came in, got booked as well in the game, played the full 90 minutes. Slipped for the second Villa goal. So is that a stud issue? Is that because of the pitch or whatever? I thought he was solid, but not great. Did his job, but not stand out for me. So a 5 for me for Kevin Danso. A 6 for me for Mickey van der Ven. I thought he played all right yesterday. I got booked as well, played the full 90 minutes, was captain for the game as well. But for me, did all right. I think that's as far as I can say with Mickey van der Ven. Could he have done better with the first goal? Yes, he could have done. He could have cut down the area, cut down the space for Morgan Rogers. So could have Bentancur, to be fair. But for me, he did okay. I don't think he can hold his head up with much glory. I think for him giving out about the attackers, I think is very telling that even he's now getting frustrated. We're doing our bit at the back, but the attackers can't do their bit. And I think he was right to come out, and I'm glad he's come out, and I'm glad Mickey's come out and said these things. I think it's right for players to call players or other players out, and I think you do it publicly or you do it behind scenes. I'm sure he done it a bit more probably a little bit more colourful language behind the scenes, but I do feel he was right to come out. So I'll give him a big up for that. But performance yesterday, I think he was missing his partner in crime in Romero. Captaincy, he did okay. That's all right. Same as Jed Spence as well. I think Jed Spence was probably the better out of the back four, if I'm being honest. He was subbed on the 86th minute for that useless article in that who can't even kick a pull up the arse. I won't even mention his name because I'm that angry with him. I thought he linked up well with Odebar yesterday. Jed Spence did keep doing on the overlap, did his job, did what he had to do. I thought was the best out of the defenders for me yesterday. He got a six because I think he got a six because A, he was subbed, and B, there was a couple of chances where he could have whipped in across, and the couple of times he did whip in across, it didn't hit the target. It was just poorly crossed, and the Aston Villa defense kicked it out. So for me, a six for Jed Spence. So the back five in total, if I could sum up the back five, okay, but could do a hell of a lot better. But Vicario didn't have anything to do, if I'm saying for the whole 90 minutes. So does that mean the back five's more solid? Yes, but we need to be a bit more attack-minded going forward. Now, Bentancur did get us the goal on the 5th minute. Absolutely fantastic goal as well. Brilliant putback from Palunia. And there was Bentancur on the half volley in the back of the Aston Villa net. Give us the lead after 5 minutes. And after that, that's all of them. He gets a 6 for me. Not great, I have to say. He's been very poor recently, Bentancur, and he was subbed again after 86 minutes. I kept saying it yesterday. They looked leggy. They looked a bit tired and leggy. Now, a lot of these players are coming back from South America after playing internationals over there. Could that be a thing? I agree, Tequila. I agree. Our team is so average. I'm born to say big up to Jess. Big up, Jess. Hope you're doing well, darling. Hope you're doing well. Big up to my favorite Stacey. Hope you're doing well too. She says, big up, Dermo. Big up to you, Jess. Hope you're doing well. Again, it's just he did okay. A lot of these he did okay. No player stood out for me. I give one player higher than I give Palunia. I'll get to his stats in a minute. But Bentancur, great goal. He took his goal brilliantly, I have to say. But I don't know. I just felt there was something missing. There was a spark missing yesterday, and I don't know what that spark was. Big up to Palunia, played the full 90 minutes. He gets a 7 for me. I think he was a brilliant cutback, header back to give Bentancur his goal. And I thought he did all right yesterday. I thought he was the better of the midfield too, to be fair, out of him and Bentancur. That's just my opinion. So I don't know if people will agree or not agree with that, but I thought he did all right yesterday. Paulino is the one that you can trust. I think he's a very good number 6, gets his tackles in brilliantly, does well, works hard, doesn't give up. And I like that about him. That's why I give him a 7, because he was the one that was trying for the whole 90 minutes, like did not give up at all. I think his game deserved a better result, but some of the other players let him down very badly. So Paulino a 7 for me. Simmons for me, he was subbed after the 80-minute mark. He gets a 5 for me. Off the ball, I know I said it earlier, off the ball, his work ethic, and I agree with Joe Bloggs here. Off the ball, I think his work ethic is absolutely fantastic. On the ball, he was really poor. Didn't really get an awful lot done in the number 10 role. Didn't spark anything up front. When he did get the ball, he seemed to lose it quite easily. It's going to take him time to settle in. It's going to take him time to get into his rhythm at Tottenham under a different system. So maybe something has to be changed within the system to suit Xavi Simons. But again, not another great performance. But he will get there. I've got great hope in the lad that he will get there. He will come out to prove to be a very good signing for us. So look, I'm not going to hit on him already. I think he does need time to gel into the team, to adjust to a new country, adjust to a new league. But off the ball, I think it was fantastic yesterday. On the ball, could have done a hell of a lot better. I've given Odegaard a 6. Odegaard came off on the 79th minute for Bergville. I thought Odegaard did all right yesterday. Look, a lot of people say his final product wasn't great, but I thought him taking on players and attacking the fullbacks and attacking them was great. He was always there ready for the overlap. I think when Jed Spence got the ball, he was always ready there, or Borough, I can't remember. He was always ready there to take on the overlap. But for me, his final product does need to improve, but he didn't play a lot last season. He was out injured a lot. So I think there's potential there for Odegaard. A lot of people hating him. I'm not one of them. I think there's potential there. He will get there, but I think it's going to take time. But if he keeps doing what he's doing, I think he will get there. Final product, well and truly, has to improve. But I like that he's willing to take on his man. He's willing to take on the defenders. He's willing to attack. And that's what you want for your wingers. He does more than what Brennan Johnson does in the whole game. And as I said, final product, great. But if you're looking at between him and Brennan Johnson, I'll start Odegaard any go in the game. Tequila says, Odegaard is very poor man's Lennon. I mean, very poor man's because Lennon was amazing at times, just couldn't cross a ball. But the boy could skin a player. Madrid, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think, I think you're right in saying that. But I think this lad has the talent. He does look good. For me, he's got the talent. He just needs to challenge to lock in. When I'm down the wing, I've got a whipping across and improve that. If he can improve that, we'll have a hell of a winger on our hands. Big up to Joe Blogs as well. Odegaard looks good too, but there's a player should be coming on when we're winning the game. So yeah, that's a good point. I think if you do use him a bit for sub with half an hour to go, but who do you start, Joe? I mean, you start Brennan Johnson. He's not going to offer you fuck all. I'm sorry, he's not. But I agree with you. But who do you put on there? That's the problem. I agree. Two good comments actually by Tequila and Joe Blogs. Very different end of the scale, but exceptionally very good comments. So big up, lads, and keep them coming in. We've got now Tell. I don't know where to start with this play. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Just got to do one thing. Sorry, just 1 minute. I will be back. Sorry, just have to do my thing. Sorry about that. I had to go and take the chicken out of the oven. I forgot I had it on. Tell for me was woeful. Absolutely woeful yesterday. Big up to you, Matt Chapman. Big up to you, sir. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to us all. And big up to Kayla saying thank you. Really means a lot, man. Yeah, it means a hell of a lot to us all as we march on to 3K. So yeah, and pick yourself a membership, 99 cents as well, if you can. Got enough chickens on the pitch demo. Even never mind your often. Yeah, I'm just cooking the Nets chicken for the Monaco game. Tell for me was woeful yesterday. Played well against Leeds. I don't know if it's the pressure of playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium's getting to him. You see how he was against Leeds away from home. Absolutely fantastic. I thought he got his goal well, played well, got subbed, but I thought he'd done really well. Yesterday's woeful. Couldn't create a chance. Didn't notice him on the pitch for long periods of the game. Then he was sub for Richie, and Richie didn't offer fuck all either. I just don't get it. Our front line is absolutely dreadful. Tequila said to me before the start of the season, Dermo, get ready for a lot of 1-1 0-0 draws or 1-1 draws. And I think he's right. But Teller's woeful yesterday. Really was. I should have given him lesser than a 5. I'm sort of going to retract that 5 and give him a 3. Thinking on it now, he only lasted an hour. Maybe 5 was being generous to him. So I am going to restrict that. I am going to retract that 5. I'm going to reduce it down to a 3 for Matthias Tell. Then we've got Kudos. For me, gets a 7. Absolutely. He tried yesterday. Maybe second half he tied off a little bit. By God, did he try. Problem is, if Kudos is not on game, we're not on game. If Kudos is not bringing his A game, Tottenham don't work. But apart from him, I said it yesterday. I think I said it yesterday or the day before. If you look at our front line, you've got Savvy Shimmons, who's a really decent player. You've got Kudos, who's a really decent player. I'm sorry. Them two only ones that link. If them two don't work, our front three doesn't work. Our front four doesn't work. So you telling me a Richarlison or a Tell or a Colo who's going to come on is going to do any better? No, they're not. They're not going to create you anything. We've read, and I think Mac, I think this is a very good point, actually. The problem is recruitment. Totally agree. And he also said Villa paid £50 million euro for Morgan Rogers. I mean, that's a steal. If you look at 15 million quid, we could have we could have had Jack Grealish for, I think, that amount. I think because we didn't pay 5 million more, we didn't get him. I just don't get it. I don't get it. These players are decent players, and we just went youth all the time, and it's biting us on the arse, big time. Yeah, Richie went on walkabouts. Richie actually, I think I didn't see Rich. I thought I saw him once moving into midfield, running around like a headless chicken. I never saw him again for the rest of the game. Don't get me about Richie. Tequila says must be our worst forward line in many years. I agree, it is. I'm not sure if Redroth, Armstrong, or Eveson era was better than this. Thought. Do you know what, Tequila? I think they're just as bad as each other. Chris Armstrong, for me, at least he guaranteed you goals. Stefan Everson, he worked his heart out and scored that goal against Wimbledon, I think, that gets to the League Cup final in '99. As for Redroth, I think that was the biggest. I think Redroth looks like a brilliant player compared to Tell and Colo at the moment, and the front line we've got at the moment. I think that front three is more effective than the front three we've got at the moment. And he says, just up forwards, not the rest of the team. No, I agree. What we got here now, these are the substitutes, guys. We got Bergville got a 6 for me. Came on, tried to change the game, couldn't really do nothing. I'm going to retract the 5 for Richie down to a 2 because I think he was useless. A 4 for me for Colo. I give him a 4, right? This is the reason why I give him a 4. He's not fully fit. He's only coming back from an injury, and he never done any preseason at PSG. That is why I given him a 4. It's the only reason I didn't give him a 1, because you got to put into account his fitness level. You got to look at it, right? He's not fully fit. He is coming back from injury, and he didn't get any preseason. So you got to take that into an account. Though I still think him missing a volley, air kicking a volley, is the most funniest thing I've ever seen. If he wasn't a Tottenham player, I'd be laughing my ass off. As a Tottenham fan, I'm cringing my hell off. Brennan Johnson, for me, gets a 1. I'm sorry. He was brutal. I mean, that fella needs to be taken into a dressing room somehow, given a bollocking, told to take his head out of his... I don't know what's going on with Brennan Johnson. If you guys in the chat can let me know about Brennan Johnson and what's gone wrong with him, please let me know, because I can't work him out. He can't cross. He's not a winger. He's not a striker, so people keep telling me. What do you do with him? Nobody's going to buy him. What really got me, and Dave said it as well in our podcast we have, that is there larking around in James Madison's documentary, pulling faces and that. He should be out in the training pitch, working on his game, practicing, crossing, cross, work. And he doesn't. He just larks around. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Brendan Johnson. I backed him a lot last season because I think there is a player there. There is a player there. But I don't know. I just do not know. And then Sarr wasn't on the pitch long enough, I think, to make any impact. But that is my player ratings, guys. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments here. Let me know in the comments after the stream as well, if you let me know. Let's go back to what you guys are saying. Big up to Matt. It says to play in the Premier League, you have to be physically capable and the momentum. And at the moment, Simmons needs a season. I agree. 100%. Tell us not the level we need. Anodobart needs time. Richie has been with us 3 seasons. Yeah, Sal. Look, one with Richarlison, he's already played in the Premier League, Matt. he played at Everton, so he should be used to the physicality of the Premier League, but he's not. He's always getting injured, and maybe these injuries are taking a toll on him now. That is why he's playing like he's playing. Odegaard, I agree with you, needs time. I think there is a player in Odegaard. I really do. As I said, he attacks the play. If he can focus on his end product and get that right, I think we've got a hell of a winger on our hands. I really do believe that. But it's all about Thomas Frank training him and him taking the initiative as well and getting out on that training pitch and just practice and practice and practice and practice. Harry Kane wasn't this all-star goal scorer that we all loved and adored and want back at Tottenham. He practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced to become the world's greatest striker. I think he still is. I think today he's probably the greatest striker in the world now, or one of them in the world right now. Tell's has already been with us a year, Matt. If he's not going to make it now, then I don't think he ever will make it. I was with Tequila on this. We both agreed that maybe we could have taken them on another loan, on another season-long loan with an option to buy. But it just didn't happen. And we spent the money on them, the 30 million on them. Do I agree with the 30 million? No. I think it should have been less than that. But for me, Tell, if he's not going to do it now, I don't think he ever will. As for Simmons, I agree with you. He needs the season, needs time to adjust to the Premier League, and needs time to adjust to Thomas Frank's tactics. And for me, I think his off the work ball yesterday was fantastic. It's just on the ball, he was very poor and not great. But big up, great points there, Matt. Absolutely great points. Big up to Joe Blogstomer. Your comment on the forwards from different eras. I'm glad you find them funny. That's the whole idea. You got you sell them, Dermo, for anything you can get. Adam as a freebie. Yeah, I won't bring up what you just put there, but there we go. Big up to Johnson. Is a good poacher. Nothing else. Yeah. So where do you play him then, Joe? I keep saying, right, you stick him in the front two, right? Leave him in, put him in the front two. You say, right, your job is to stay in that 6-side area and you stay there and you poach the goals. Then you may get something. But I think that's all he's good for. He's a one-trick pony. And I think he's not good as a winger. I think stick him up there, but he hasn't got the physicality to play as a striker either. But that means Thomas Frank changing his system. Instead of playing one up front, playing two. So that's another thing. Does Thomas Frank have to change his system for it to change? I don't know. Big up to Tequila. Love a 1 out of 10. I know you do. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Big up to Les. No, big up to you as well. He says every non-injured Spurs player went to international duty. Meanwhile, only 6 villains played in. Yeah, that's true as well. Look, we've got more international players than Villa did. I did notice that. There's a lot of these players are traveling a long way too. So we never do well after international breaks. So I don't know. I don't know if that can be the reason for yesterday. I think yesterday we were just really, really poor. Big up to TC, says I frontline the championship. Totally agree, man. Totally agree. For you. Big up to Les. Emery had about 3 or 4 the Villa squad with 2 weeks to study game film and practice the strategy to beat us. Do you feel the international break give Villa yeah, they did. It did give them. If you're saying to me that Emery had about three quarters of the Aston Villa squad within 2 weeks, of course it gave him an advantage. But that should be the Thomas Frank to work out a system for himself to counter Villa's game. That's his job. That is what he had to do. It doesn't matter if he plays away international duty. He should have, when they get back, right, this is what we're doing. And maybe don't train a lot, but get the players in to watch videos of Villa. Work with them on the tactic side of the game. Did losing Romero just before the game, did that have an impact? I think it did. I think it did affect some of the players, but I don't think, why should it affect any player? It shouldn't. It should make them go on and get going. But I do feel Emery did have the edge. But you can say that, but is that using that as an excuse for our poor performance yesterday? Some people would say that, yeah, that's an excuse, but I don't think it is. I think you got a man. Emery's a good manager. And Thomas Frank has never beaten Emery in a game. I think he's never beaten him in the Premier League. So for me, you make a very good point. I think so. An extremely good point. Big up to you, less known as well. Big up to Matt. It says, I live in Birmingham. I went to watch Ashley Phillips at Stoke Saturday. He's going to be a player. He is. Ashley Phillips is going to be a great player. Get him back. Please get him back. Big up TC, our front line, our championship level. Tell Odebot Simmons are not Premier level. Look, I agree with Tell. Maybe Odebot, you've got a point. But Savvy Simmons, I'm not writing them off yet. I'm not writing them off yet. Give the lad time. He's a very good footballer. Give him time to settle into the Premier League. I think he will show a lot of people wrong. I'm amazed that we bought Tell. I think we all are. Me and Tequila said at the time we should have gone on loan with another option to buy. Bought Tell for 40 million. After seeing how bad he was during the 6 months loan spell, what was the point of the loan deal? I know. I don't know why. I don't know if that was Daniel Levy, one of his deals to get players in. I don't know. Oh, we like this player. Oh, well, buy now is 30 million. Yeah, let's do a deal. You come for 30 million. You don't have to pay us 30 million. We get a player. I just brain dead. We got if we have not so Kane to buy, and there is no way we'll look at Tell. No, exactly. 100%. Instead, if Madison was fit, do we think we would have signed Savvy? I doubt it. I doubt it too. I think the Madison injury did put us into a bit of a pickle. But if you do look at the players we did bring in the summer, they're normally not players we go after. We never buy two 60 million pound players. We only buy one, and that's it. I think Xavi will be a good player. I think Xavi's more going to be on the left. When Madison comes back, I think though Madison has played on the left for Leicester as well, I think you put Madison in the middle, you put Xavi on the left, you put Kudu on the right, and you get a decent striker up front. And I think that front three then becomes brilliant. Then all of a sudden, it comes a very, very good forward line. At the moment, we're below average. We really need to change that. But guys, that is it. That is it for player ratings. I hope you've enjoyed it. There will be another one on Thursday at 2:00 as well. Yeah, so we've got a game coming up on Wednesday, Monaco away. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it, if I'm being honest. And yeah, that's true as well. Dan Sarley signed because of Radu's done his ACL. Yeah, true as well. That is so true. There will be a show. We are going to go through the squad. Probably me and Tequila and James will go through the squad in the next international break and try to break down where Tottenham can improve in January and the summer, and who needs to go and who needs to stay. So that's something we will do. But guys, thank you all for watching. Please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe. I'm back at 8:00 tonight with final score. So join me for that. Maybe Tequila might join me for that one. And yeah, we're going over yesterday's game. And then tomorrow, play ratings video will be out probably around 9:00, 8:00 tomorrow night. There will be a pre-game thoughts for members only on tomorrow as well. So do join me for that as well. And also plenty of stuff coming up between now and then, all your match day stuff as well. So come on, you Spurs. In Thomas Frank we trust. We never stop. We'll go again. Come on, you Spurs.
Eyes on the prize.